When Richard asked me to write a few paragraphs addressing the question, where to now? For me it begged the question, where have we been? Not that I want to make this about the past, but a brief glance backwards can be informative to forward direction. And when I glance backwards, I see some amazing advances in our detailed knowledge of the workings of the brain and, of course, our entire nervous system. I can see that technology has helped us take leaps and bounds in our knowledge of specific biological functions and specific cause and effects in our neurobiology, making all of these connections that we didn't realize before. But I also see an overwhelming number of theoretical camps and schools of thought and practices that have done as much to divide us as they have done to heal us. I see people hunkering down into very accurate yet very narrow fields of view. I see a fracturing of disciplines into an overwhelming of data. We're drowning in a sea of data, and the camps are being constricted by bureaucratic processes. And actually what I'm seeing is the left hemisphere's dominance, which has both catapulted us forward in technology but also hindered us in many other ways. But looking around and looking forward, I see that this is all changing, and it's actually changing quite rapidly. I see a renaissance. But unlike the Renaissance that followed the Dark Middle Ages, we're coming out of one sort of enlightenment, and that of technology, into an age of rediscovering the power of interdisciplinary cooperation, integrative knowledge and practice, and the wisdom of the implicit, the intuitive of the right hemisphere. The Renaissance man may soon be back, gleaning from the hyper-specialists, yet embracing a broader perspective. We're recognizing them around us now and giving them our attention, these polymaths who are making much needed connections and integrations across the disciplines. Now, if this is so, what does this mean for psychotherapy? Well, I believe it means that we will embrace a more holistic and open view of the human condition, using the tools of knowledge and technology, but not being led by them. Led, however, by a more intuitive, right hemispheric sensibility. And I believe that this means we'll see a shift from a mandated, evidence-based psychotherapy to a scientifically informed psychotherapy. Remembering that the left hemisphere is an expert at the scientific method, with all of its decontextualized, mechanical, linear reasoning, a love of abstracted data, and it's all backed up by its superior grasp of language. And effective therapy based on experience and circumstantial evidence can be regarded as, well, suspect at best and dangerous or pseudoscience at worst. But encouragingly, researchers and thinkers like Bruce Ecker, Alan Shaw, Dan Siegel, a whole lot of others are making great headway in opening up a broader perspective. And we're seeing the science backing up what was once maybe ambiguous and therefore disqualified as, not being able to have that evidence-based stamp of approval. And in my own discussions with people like Richard Hill and Terry Marks Tarlow and others about complex nonlinear systems and quantum physics, it seems the coming renaissance that I'm imagining is the only way we're going to develop a better psychotherapy theory and practice. So as John Arden would say, this is the 21st century, and as therapists we have to know about a broad number of topics that impact our mental health and our whole well-being for us to be effective therapists. So as we look forward, I am looking forward to the 21st century Renaissance.